Dear Principal, respected teachers and students, good morning and Assalamu alaikum.
校長、各位老師、各位同學，早晨。
Welcome to the closing day of Islamic St. Jude Memorial College ceremony of 2012.
2011至2012年度伊斯蘭條為善嘅中學。
We would like to start our ceremony with invitation of our Vice Principal, Mr. Ma, for recitation of the Holy Quran.
應該
So according to the Islamic tradition, there's no need for clapping hand for recitation of Quran. I think even the non-Muslim students know nowadays very well. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you, Mr. Ma. It's my pleasure to invite our principal, Mr. Yusuf Yu, to the stage to address the audience.
現在我哋有請余校長上台為我哋結束。
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear teachers and students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi and good morning. There was a student after completing the very challenging public exam for A-level, he was able to admitted into the university math faculty. In the first session, when the professor is giving his lecture, unfortunately, he fell asleep until nearly the end of the session. Suddenly he wake up. He find on the blackboard there are two problems there. Immediately, he copied it in his notebook, and then the class dispersed. I think that was Wednesday. So we go home. We try to solve the two problems, one after the other. Unfortunately, the whole night, he cannot make any progress at all. So the following night, he tried again, and Friday he tried again. It was so hard, so difficult. He don't really have any idea where to start with. And I think he has never been so hardworking before, and therefore he canceled all his appointments in the weekend and tried very, very hard until Sunday evening, late in the evening. Then he managed to solve one of the problem. And it was very late and he fell asleep. Therefore, of course, the second problem is unattended. So the following morning, he handed over to the professor and very shyly said, "Sir, I can only manage to solve one of it." The professor stared at him and then studied very carefully, line by line. What will be the reaction of the professor? Do you know? Yes, the professor said, "Wonderful! How you can solve it? Did anybody teach you?" They said, "No." You know, these two problems were unsolved problems until now. So you are the one solving one of it. So really, he was a genius in mathematics. And then he was very successful. And then he had his PhD very quickly in mathematics. If we can rewind, on that day, on the first day of his university education, if he paid attention to the professor, and if the professor said that now these two are unsolved problems, at the moment nobody, no human being on this earth has been able to solve it, do you think that he will be able to solve one of it? No. He will accept it as a matter of fact that since no human being has been able to do it, how can I do it? Of course, he will never give any effort, make any effort to try to solve it, right? Of course, if I were him, I would leave it blank because I'm not as intelligent as he is. Just fortunately, he was so gifted in mathematics, right? But the most important thing is, in day one, if he was told that he would not be able to handle this, and he would not make an effort to it, and of course, the result will be the two problems being unsolved, right? So actually, all of us have different potentials, but maybe we were told we are not that clever, our IQ are not that good. We being the Asians, are less intelligent as the white, and maybe from the subcontinent even worse in maths. Well, and that is why, because we believe it, and this is a matter of fact now, it is so-called the self-fulfilling prophecies. Means that I prophesize that I will fail. Of course I fail. But as a matter of fact, if you read our Dawn, the latest issue, you will find some of our senior students, those who graduate from our school. There is at least one boy. He came from mainland China in 1978, I think, yes. As you know that, he came to Hong Kong, similar to you arrived from the Indo subcontinent, because he don't speak the Cantonese, and he do not know ABC. So in Form 1, he started to learn A, B, C, and D. And also, Cantonese is totally new to him. And our traditional Chinese character is so complicated compared with the simplified version. And therefore, don't blame that, oh, I'm foreign, I cannot learn, my English is poor because I speak Pashto in our country, not Urdu. Urdu is too difficult for me. So I'm destined to fail here in Hong Kong. I'm waiting for these few years to come. And then maybe I just maybe join my cousin to work in the work site, maybe. Or if I'm not strong enough, maybe driving a lorry, etc. Yes, then you are destined to be a driver or a worker in the work site. But our graduate, Dr. Guan, at that time, he did not give up and he tried very hard. He joined Hong Kong U and then went to America for further study and got his PhD. And now he's an educator over there. So, if Mr. Guan can, why can't you? And some of you are at a much better position than him because you were born here. Your English is even better than me in oral English at least because you speak every day. And your candidacy is also very good at the beginning. So you are having a starting point much better than Dr. Guan. So whether you be Dr. Something or some other good people, you may not be everyone to be a PhD, but at least someone who can really achieve and serve the community rather than depend on the community to serve you and to help you, to support you. Boys and girls, it is up to you. It is up to you. If you believe that you cannot, oh, sir, I'm destined to be helped. So please, relax, feel relaxed, and many people will come to help you. If you are really ready to do that. So I hope every one of us will try our very best. On one hand, as this is an age in which education is a must, not like the age that when I was young, maybe 30 years ago. There's a lot of factory in Hong Kong. So even an uneducated person can earn a very good living if you work hard in the factory. But in Hong Kong, there's no more. And we are in a servicing economy in which, without education, if you cannot speak fluent English and Cantonese, I'm sorry, then it's very difficult for you to survive in this society. And therefore, to improve our languages, English and Chinese, is essential. Of course, another basic skill is mathematics, which in every age, mathematics is important. It also helps to train our logical thinking, not only to get a good job. Having a good academic background will not ensure you to have a successful life in this society. Because in the society, it's no more than you can work alone. And therefore, the interpersonal relationship skill is also very important if you want to be successful. And therefore, in school, we organize different functions, different activities. One of the objectives is to give you more chance to work with others, and that will build your interpersonal skills. So, not only that, of course, you must take care of your body and your health, because if you always fall sick, then nothing you can do, even if you are very intelligent, even if you are very hardworking. Because without good health, you cannot achieve. And also, one very important is the skill and habit. On one hand, we need to develop our basic skill in learning, how to get information, like from the internet or from the library or from resource persons. Because in this age, we say it is a knowledge blooming age in which there are so many things that you cannot learn all of them. And therefore you will not be able to master all this knowledge. So what to do? So when you are met with some problems, then you know where to look for the information. So in this age, we are not training you to be just rote memorization of knowledge. That is not enough. You have to know where to get it from. Another important point is the happiness. I really want to touch upon this. If you want to be respected, to be trusted by your colleagues, by your seniors, by your supervisor, by your friends in the society, for example, you must be punctual. If being late is one of your habits, and really, I'm sorry to say, it is one of the common problem among our schoolmates. We really need to learn to change this. Otherwise, really, no matter how capable you are, you will not be respected by your friends and your colleagues. And to be proactive in the society and to learn how to take care or to fight for your rights is also important. Last Sunday, I think last week, we held a special assembly here. I think most of you were here. And we have announced that there will be a protest on Sunday. And the main issue is not for me, it's for you. As in the CDF form, when you would participate in a public examination called CCA level or AS level in Chinese, the other subjects in the DSE would be around 500, while you have to pay nearly 3,000 or nearly 5,000 or 4,000 plus. So of course, in a way, it is unfair to you. But the government say that, oh, this is your business. Every student have to put their own view. But we say, to be fair, the government should subsidize you. And actually, this has nothing to do with me, nothing to do with our teachers. And I call upon all of you to try to participate. Alhamdulillah, there are quite a number of our students turning up. But to be frank, the number of teachers are even more than the students. We sacrifice our time with our family, not for myself, but for you. But you are too busy to be able to turn up. What can you do? So, this is only one instance. But there will be similar instances in the future, not necessarily for protest, but some other issues. And if we are still being inactive, okay, well, things will not improve unless you proactively participate and to change the surrounding, to change or improve the environment. Well, boys and girls, the future is in your hand. We are old people, and we are going to pass. And the new world is yours. And whether you survive happily or not, well, it is up to you. And it is time for you to think whether you are preparing yourself well before you leave this school. I think you remember the story that I told you before that some people, they walk up 60 stories building to go home because of the electricity is out of order, the power station was out of order, and they go up, to climb up the stairs, 60th floor, and after arriving home, at the door, they found that they have left the key in the car. Right? You remember this story or not? And then, you go down to get the key. Similarly, when you are young, you do not prepare yourself, you do not get your key. When you get home, I say, sorry sir, I regret that if I am young, I will do this and that. And it's not a story. It is a real life that so many of our past graduates, when they come back, they meet us, they chat with us, and they will regret that we should have done this and that, and now it's too late, this and that. Well, sorry, you are on the 60th floor. What to do without the lift? Jump, yes, go ahead. Inshallah, I hope that you don't jump, but while on the ground floor, you get your key, rather than jump on the 60th floor, right? Okay, this is the last assembly in this school term, so at least I will. Just to report to you some good news. We have one group visit to Singapore led by Ms. Cici and Ms. Mo, and they have just returned and very happily and fruitfully. Maybe if you like to come back, thanks. Another group is in Malaysia now. One of our student representatives have the honor to be invited to attend the celebration of establishment of Hong Kong SAR reception, and was able to meet all the high officials of Hong Kong SAR government, including Mr. C.Y. Leung, and also the high officials of the government in China. So it is an honor of our school that we have representatives participating in such a high level reception. Recently, the A-level exam result has been released, at least where it is happy to look at in our school, the Chinese language passing rate is over 90%, UE 60%, and liberal studies higher than the overall Hong Kong average. And the Hong Kong DSE exam to be announced soon on 20th of July. And the school library will be completely furnished in the summer vacation. You will find a new library when you come back on September. And all the ceiling fans in the school will be replaced by new one. The internal wall of ground floor to the top, the 6th floor, all the external walls and the corridor will be repainted in the summer vacation. studies on the stage. And this hall will also be replaced by new one. And the full house of classrooms can be replaced as well. So you will enjoy a very new and good environment, but as well as keeping it clean and tidy. As always, we try our very best to solicit additional resources to improve our facilities and programs. This year, in addition to the Chinese program for NCS being run by the Hong Kong, we also have the English enhancement scheme and training of teachers and students. We have just completed our 4-day workshop for English, fun English for Form 1 to 4. And for legal studies, this year we have joined, we have a joint school program with St. Clair's, which is organized by EDP, which is a whole year program. And next year, this program will continue. And there will also be an additional new program for liberal study called SEED program, which is a cross-curricular program for liberal studies and English for lower forms. In this way, we hope that students can be trained to have a better communication skill in liberal studies. And in order to further enhance the public examination results of English and legal studies, we have decided to replace workplace communication in English to be replaced by social issues. So hope that this would be beneficial to all the students related. So before I end, maybe a few, you may say, maybe a sad news. There are a few teachers who is going to retire. The first one, Miss Chen Xiu, CS, Miss Chen, who has Ms. Chen has served in the school for 39 years. I think she is the one with the longest service in the school. I think in the record. She taught English, art, geography, computer, social education, and served as English fellow convener. She also served in discipline team, counseling team, form management team, library advisory committee, as well as PTA Exco. She's patient, responsible, and a caring teacher. We would like to wish her a very happy retirement life. Can there be a better way of showing appreciation? Okay? Is it a new culture? Can you give a big hand rather than yelling? There's another one teacher, Miss Nicole. She has served in our school for 15 years. you like me to continue? Then, Ms. Yip applied for early retirement and was approved by Education Department. During his service in our school, Ms. Yip taught mainly geography and was the panel head of geography. She also served in the Environment Education Committee, Academic Committee, and Board Management. She is a responsible, conscientious, and caring teacher. We wish her a very happy retirement life. Mr. Calvin Wong, CA. Mr. Wong served in our school for 18 years. Do you want to have lunch at 12? Or 2 o'clock? I can wait for you. Then, please. Mr. Wong taught English language, travel and tourism, we call it TNT, and he was the panel head of TNT. He also taught liberal studies. He served in different committees, including the Community Relations Department, COCLT, School Bus Committee, General Affairs Committee, Discipline Team, Council Team, etc. Maybe I might have left out some others. He is a colleague of multiple intelligence. He is patient, proactive, and creative. He took early retirement for further study. We wish him every success in his studies and in his career. Mr. Low YW.